Have you ever wondered why you're tired, unmotivated, and can't stick to your goals? It's not because you're lazy, it's because your energy is being stolen. And it all starts with your health. Case in point, in the beginning of my relationship with my girl, I kind of started slipping on some of my good habits, one of them being food. I remember we had woke up one morning and decided to eat pizza and cake for breakfast. Now, I my number one rule is no sugar in the morning because that's going to mess me up for the rest of the day. But love makes you stupid. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So we ate pizza and cake. And when I tell you, up until I went home, I felt like complete crap. I didn't do anything. I felt so lazy and unproductive and just bleh. Now I was going back home because I had work the next day. So, I wanted to get home and get myself ready. When I pulled up, I was just craving a salad. And so when I got home, I get in the kitchen, make me a salad. And once I finished eating it, I literally felt my energy coming back tenfold. And for the rest of the day, no cap, I was on it. I was productive. I was getting things done, and I felt great. But it's so crazy to me that what I ate in the morning had literally taken everything from me, and I did not feel like moving. I was unmotivated, all of that. But when I got home and ate a salad, that is what got me back into gear, back to doing what I wanted to do. And what you understand is that your health, the state of your health, is your energy force to move forward. But the thing is, if you're lacking in health, which most of us are doing, you're gonna lack in movement. You're gonna lack in that drive. You're gonna lack in that energy to get what you want. So if you really want success, then you're gonna have to eventually dive into improving your health. This is a meta skill, but this is something that's really important. Working on your health. Because think about when you're sick. When you're sick, when you got a cold, when you got the flu, when you have a runny nose, whatever, do you feel like doing anything? No, you don't. You just want to lay around and rest because you're tired, you're drained, your energy is gone. Now, most of us aren't sick. Most of us don't have the best health because we don't get as much sleep and we don't eat healthy and we aren't getting movement and we're stressed out chronically. We don't get sunlight in our eyes. We aren't drinking water. There's so many things we aren't doing so that we aren't sick, but we aren't in a good, healthy state. And so we have these side effects of no, we don't have a runny nose, we don't have shivers, but we do have no energy. We are tired. We don't have motivation. Why? It's because our health isn't the best. Now, this quote from Zig Ziglar, he's this really great motivational speaker and just a wonderful man. I recommend listening to him. He has had a big influence on my life. He once said, the man who earns a million but destroys his health in the process is not really a success. Health is the staple for everything. And as someone who wants to live by design, who wants to live intentionally, your health is going to be a big factor in how you can do that. So I'm going to give you two quick ways you can boost your health starting today. Obviously, this isn't going to be everything, but if I had to only give you two that can really change things, the first thing I would say is make it a habit to look at the labels of the food that you're eating and find ones that have single ingredients that you can actually read or just ingredients you can actually read. So, for example, if you picked up a bag of potatoes and look at the ingredients, it would say potatoes. If you picked up a can of if you picked up a bag of apples, it would say apples in the ingredients. If you picked up a can of pickles, it would say cucumbers, distilled vinegar, salt, things you could actually read. But if you picked up a box of Pop Tarts, you can't even read the first word up there. Oh, wait, you can. Wait, let's think about that. High fructose corn syrup. Okay, cool. Is that something? Is that a single food ingredient we really want inside of you? Now, what about the other 50 ingredients inside of that? Do you really want that stuff inside of you? That's killing your health. So if you can make that switch to eating foods with ingredients you can actually read or single food ingredient items, that will definitely make an impact on your health because you're improving your diet just by making that one switch. You can also download this app called Yuka. You can spell it Yuka. And that basically, you can download it and scan the items you want to buy, the UPC, and it can give you a score of how healthy it is versus unhealthy, and that can really help you get away from the foods that are secretly killing you. The next, not so quick tip, you can also just keep junk food out of your house. You know, if it's not there, you can't eat it. And just keep those single ingredient foods, these ingredients that you can read in the house, so that you actually eat those. If it's there, you eat it. You can't eat healthy if the healthy food isn't there. You can't stay away from junk food if it's always there. You feel me? So that's just a quick tip. And then the second way to improve your health is to get at least 7 hours of good quality sleep a night. That is it. So if you can start looking at the ingredients that you're eating and choosing to eat those with ingredients you can read and get at least 7 hours of good quality sleep, you will have more energy. You'll be less tired. You'll be more motivated, and you will start working more consistently on what matters to you. And then with the rest of the videos, the rest of the advice I give you, it'll be a lot easier for you to take action on that because you're improving your health in the process. Now, you may be questioning, what about exercise? It's not important too? Not really. Because, I mean, like, exercise is important if you want to have, like, that physique and you want to have that, aesthetic. But, okay, let's say out of the entire week, I don't know how many hours are in a week. Hold on, let me look it up. How many hours are in a week? Okay, so you have 168 hours in a week. And let's say you work out for an hour 3 times a week. So, out of the 168 hours that you existed, you worked out for 3 of those hours. Wow. Do you want a cookie? No, exercise isn't important other than like that physical stuff. And of course, no, exercise is important, but I'm really trying to say is movement is more important than exercise. So if you want to add more movement to your life, yes, walk around more, find more ways to stand instead of sitting in a chair all the time, which ironically is what I'm doing, but I'm usually not sitting in a chair, it's just easier for the recording. But go outside and play a little bit of sports, play some basketball, throw a ball back and forth, go some jump rope and go skipping, run here and there, crawl on your legs, stretch your body, move more, do some chores that cause you to have to pick things up and move and be in awkward positions, move more. That will definitely improve your health. And of course, exercise. Go to the gym. But don't make exercise the only part of movement you get in your life. Sit on the floor more, get out of the chair, squat, reclaim your squat. There are so many things you can do to add more movement into your life, and that will improve your health. And the goal here, by the way, is not to be perfect, it is to get 1% better. Because if you get 1% better within a year, you'll be 37 times better. But the thing is, if you don't get better at all, if you don't if you don't intensely try to improve yourself, then by the end of the year, you'll be worse off than when you first started. So you can aim to improve your health by 1%. And by the end of the year, it'll be 37 times better. Imagine how you will move with 37 times more energy, 37 times more motivation, 37 times more drive. Or if you don't work on your health by 1%, then by the end of this year, where you are right now will be worse. You'll be worse. Imagine that. Do you want to be worse off? I don't want you to be. So let me know in the comments. From here on out, what are you going to do? Are you going to intentionally destroy your health? Or are you going to grow it? Because now you know the facts. Like I gave you the facts. You know that what you're doing right now is destroying your health. And you know that your health is one of the most important factors to becoming successful. You have to make this choice. What are you going to do? Let me know in the comments. I want to know who's serious about achieving their goals. Now, I don't know if you know David Goggins, but he's this big figure, especially in the self-improvement realm. Though I don't think he would call himself someone who advocates for self-improvement. I don't know what he would call himself, but he once made this insult that people who eat processed foods can't even talk to him. And he made that insult because he's just like him and all the other high achievers who are making great success. He understands that your health is a big, big, big factor in the type of success you are and the type of person you are, your health. So pat yourself on the back. If today you do just one big thing, one small thing for your health, right? If you just walk outside and get some sunlight in your eyes, if you just choose to drink a cup of water, well, I've been drinking a soda lately. If you choose to just do 5 push-ups a day and you commit to doing that every day, pat yourself on the back because those 1% gains, I promise you, will give you a lot more as time goes on, because everything is compounding together. You're either gonna compound a good ending, or you're gonna compound a bad ending. And I want it to be good for you. So just continue to improve yourself by 1%. Focus on your health. Learn more if you can. All I'm saying is, the more health you have, the more vitality you have, the more energy you can put into this life, into whatever you're trying to create. And the more energy you can give out, the more energy you get back. And that energy can be anything. It can be energy in the form of money. It can be energy in the form of prestige. It can be energy in the form of self-respect. It's whatever. It's just the more health you have, the more energy you have, and the more you'll be able to receive, the more you'll be able to put out. Now, once you do improve your health, you're gonna have a lot of energy, but you're not gonna know where to put it. Now, here is where my course, Live by Design, will come in. It will help you structure your life in a way that you can live intentionally and put an energy into things that matter to you and see progress in it and actually see it flourish in your life. So, if you're interested in that, go to the first link in my description and go check that out. Anyway, I'll see you for the next video, and hope you have a good day.